Hi guys, it's Michelle, and I am really excited about this one. I got With Love. So the first time this came out, okay, this one was by Teresa Donahue McManus. All right. The first time this came out was around Valentine's Day, and I totally missed it. I went to order it because I love this, and it was already sold out by the time I could get to it. And that doesn't happen very often. I usually can manage to get what I want. But this one went quick. And this is the first time it has been back in stock since Valentine's Day, so February. Or just before Valentine's Day it was. The size on this is 31.5 inches by 27.6 inches. And centimeters is 79.9 centimeters by 69.9 centimeters. And it's a square, obviously. It has 87 colors, 5 ABs, 1 electrode diamond, and 6 fairy dust diamonds. There are 90,201 total diamonds. And we're going to take it out and look at the beauty of this thing because I have not seen it yet, and I'm so excited. I am so excited. I was so excited when this finally came out. I was like, oh my God, I got to order it right now. And I got, oh man, it's hard to get out of the box. I got this one with the buy one get one half off sale, so I believe I paid full for this one, and the other one I got half price. So I will be doing that one soon, but it wasn't a brand new kit. It was an older kit, I think. Thank you note. Mainly the thank yous on the outside is what's here. And then there's social media on that flap. And the card, oh my gosh, look at that baby. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Oh, I love this. I just love this. Well, first time I seen it, I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I have to have it. Now, I do that with all of Randall Spangler's, but, and the card is a bronze. So I have a bunch of the bronze ones. I mean, like 40 bronze or 50. I don't know. There's a lot of them. So inside of this little envelope, you have tips and tricks up here. We have QR codes on both sides of the flap. Kit contents down here, and right here is instructions on how to use the pen and how to diamond paint. Facebook group is the QR code over here, so you can get to the Facebook group for Diamond Art Club. And then over here is for the Diamond Art Club app. And, oh, no, we're not ready to look at that yet. We gotta look at this first. Yeah, I'm rushing through it because I want to get to the canvas. Okay. Oop. Pen's rattly. Okay. So we've got the pen, stick and pick pen, or whatever it's called. So it says Diamond Art Club on it. We've got a 4-placer in this end, and we have a putty filled single placer on that end. So then we have some baggies. We have a tray with the lid popping off of it. Inside the tray, you have a wax, heart-shaped wax. We have a 7-placer. And we have some more putty, an extra pad of putty. We have a stopper in the tray and the lid, and they're stackable. So that is, whoops, that's a sticker on the table, Michelle, not extra tool stuff. That is our toolkit. And then the only other thing you need to do your painting is the canvas and the drills, which we are going to look at as soon as, see, I'm rushing through it. I still have to look at this. Okay, we've got some stickers here. It says the name of the painting and the artist who painted it or created it. And we have our colors right here. And then on the back, we have our start and end date sticker. We have a sticker of the original artwork, which is gorgeous. I love stuff with hearts on it. And I love all the bling, bling, bling. Okay, so we have our colors, the amount of colors, that it is square, the size, and the SKU number, so that in case you would get all this stuff mixed up in with other stuff or store it separately, then you can match up the codes on, it'll be on the canvas, it'll be on the bag of gems, it'll be on the box and on this thing, that your sticker sheet. So it's all over the place and you can get everything matched back up by looking at that. All right, now I can, and of course the colors all are stickers and you can use them to kit up with. And I didn't get that open good enough. This one is really, I don't know, I had trouble pulling that tray thing out of the box, and it's like it's really fat. I've had them with less or with more gems in them than this, so I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this one, but oh my gosh. See, and online I thought it was going to be like a tall one. Online it looks like it's more, I don't know, this is kind of, no, it's not square, it's, I don't know. I thought it would be longer than wider, you know? And this one's more wider. It's wider than it is long, I think. Yeah, it definitely is. Not by a lot, though, but... All right, so this is so pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait, but I have to finish my my Pegasus before I can start this one. Oh, I'm so excited to do this one. All right. I mean, I am so excited to use this. I know I've said that about a lot of them, but this one, oh my goodness. Okay, so the gems. This is the sticker I was talking about. It says "With Love." So the title of the canvas, the artwork, whatever you want to call it, is on the sticker, and then your SKU number, so it matches up to the canvas. And I will show that to you right here at the bottom where it has the thumbnail. Then that number is right there, and then the name of the painting and the size, and yeah, so on. So there's that. And then let's get these out of its bag, maybe, if I can find, if I can find where the bag ends. There, I found it. Okay. Oh, there was one little bag stuck to the plastic on the bag. Okay, 38.37. So we're gonna put that in there now so I don't lose it. And oh, that's a long one. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I hope we don't have an open bag. Maybe it's just one drill. Let's hope. Just one drill floating in there. We'll see. Let's see. There's a few oranges. Uh-oh. There's another one. I think we've got a hole somewhere. Oh. It's not an AB. Well. Maybe not. I don't know. I have to. Let's see. Was it this one? I don't know. We'll have to see. If I find any more, I may have to shut it off and investigate further. But, all right. Let's go through these colors. And get this. Okay. I hope you can see the colors and not just glare. But, all right. $4.98. 310. And a fairy dust already. $7.26. And... oh yeah, those are pretty. I like all the fairy dust though. I'm terrible. Okay, 947. That is a bright orange. 321. 728. And another fairy dust. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. We have 3 bags of 3865, which is the white. And it is fairy dust. Let's see, can I see a little bit? I can see it a little bit. Not sure if you guys can see that, but all right, so 3 big bags of that. 162. 740. So there are 2 bags of 740. 725. 3805. And then we have another AB. Or that's our first AB. Yes, this is the first AB. It is 741. And there are 2 bags of that. And look at that sparkle. All right. So 666, we have 2 bags of that red. And then 3608 and 3823. And I didn't lose any more drills, so maybe it was just a couple of them floating around in there. So 814, and there are 2 bags. Now these are a little bit smaller bags, but they are full bags. So there's quite a bit of them. 3371, and there are 2 of those also. And we have another AB. AB 3609, and it is the sparkly, beautiful pink. All right, 747, and a fairy dust. Z 3766. And oh, that is pretty. Look at that. Wow. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't really have it in a good spot. 535. 826. 815. 798. 153. 301. And 553. All right. Whew, there's a lot of gems here. 904. And then we have AB 906. So B is sparkly green. That's like a Christmassy green. All right. 6011. 445. 300. 304. 939. 907, and that is a fairy dust, so it's actually Z907. Sorry, I usually read that off right away, and I, for some reason, didn't. 813, sorry. I've got 9 on the brain, I guess, now. 3078, 3024, 644, 913, 3810, 820, 3808. Ooh, that's different. Wow. Okay. 400, 3818, 320, and 562. Okay, got it the wrong way. Oh, we've got some drills in here. Woo! Oh, lots of them. Okay. AB 917. That is like a hot pink. All right. Z 6012. So we've got some fairy dust there. That's purple. 796. And then Z 564. Look at that. Oh, this is gonna be gorgeous. And then we have K 444. Oh goodness. I'm telling you, reading these drills make me yawn for some reason. So that's kind of a topaz. And then 718, 517, 3819, 6013, 612, 6000, excuse me, and AB 796. That's a really pretty blue also. All right, there's a bunch of them in that one. All right, we're getting there towards the end here. We've got 601, 550, 3722, 927, 554, 647, 160, 165, 6014, 3861, 157, 3836, 3752, 892, 3747, excuse me, 3817, 963, 598, 606, and 938. See, I am not tired at all. I don't know what the yawns are. What? I don't know. I think because I get bored reading the numbers. 3022, 890, 891, 3799, 3834, 3838, and 6002. And that's it. That's all of the drills. Okay. So, hopefully that's the last yawn. All right, guys. So, let me move this up, way up, because it is a pretty baby. Okay, and I have to move it back a bit. There. Okay. I still can't get nowhere near all of it in there. Let me just see if I can get this up a little bit more. Oops. All right, I don't know. That is the best I can get it, I think. I don't know. So, that's as high as I can get it up, I think, with that. So, we're going to look through here and see if we can find some of these drills. I don't know if I am going to be able to, how many I'll be able to, oh, I know I won't be able to find all of them, I'm sure, without taking like all day, because there's a lot of them. But I will find a little bit of all of them at least. So, I usually just start at the end here and work backwards. So we'll do the fairy dust first. Unless I see some other things on the way, but there's a lot of them, so I'm gonna just focus on one or two at a time. So we've got the white, that's all over, and I am almost positive that it is all going to be fairy dust. So all of the white that you see, yeah, all of the white that you see in here, all of it is the fairy dust, and there's quite a bit. Let me see, right at the top of this heart, that's all white right here coming around, and then it's not really in the heart anymore, it's kind of off to the side of it, and then the same over here, and that's all, and then up here, that's part of the heart, it looks like. That's all fairy dust. Even in the star up here, or that's what it looks like, and there's some yellow at the bottom of it, but all of the white is fairy dust. So yeah, even the sporadic ones throughout. So we'll leave that at that. And okay, so there is K is the purple, 6012, and we've got this little, it's kind of like a target symbol. And it is blue, 3766. So we'll look for those. We're looking for a K and the target symbol. Okay, I have found some. Yeah, okay. So we'll start over here. There's some of that Target symbol. That's a blue fairy dust right in there. And then there's some K's right down here, which is the purple. And I'm not going to look through and try and find all of it, but as I look at it, okay, there's going to be some right here, the blue. Let's see, there's some K's right in there and there. There's some, nope, that's not the same thing. Okay, there are some right in here though, that blue fairy dust. And there's some more right there. There's kind of like a little pattern going up, like to it or away from it, whatever. Let's see, there's some right in there. I want to make sure you can see that. There are a few K's right there, but there's several different colors of blue and purple and so on. So, yeah, all right. Let's see if there's any in the heart. I am not seeing any of either one of those. Yes, there is right here. So I'm seeing some of the blue right here, and there's just a few. But I do not see any of the purple, I don't think. Let's see, any up there? There are. Okay, there's a few K's right in there. All right. But I'm not seeing any others. I might have missed them, but I think that's it. There are some blues, some of that blue right over here also. But that's it as far as those two in here. And then I would guess that there are going to be, yeah, there's some more right here of the blue. Let's see, there's some right in here, right there. There's some of the K's right here. That purple is right in there. There's a little bit of blue right there. Oh, I just knocked something over. Too big of a canvas. I start knocking things over. Okay, so some more purple in there. And right there. There's a few of the blue in that. And so I'm guessing there's probably a few more over here, but I can't really see them good enough to tell for sure. And there's just a few K's right there, showing right there. So, okay, that's those. And there are probably, oh, there's another one of those gems that fell out. So there are probably a lot of those that I missed, but like I said, I'm not going to find them all. Okay, we have Fairy Dust 907 and 726. So that's green and yellow. We've got an arrow pointing to the left and an anchor symbol. So I'm seeing the anchor and the green. Okay. So those are also the same way, kind of in the colors going, you know, up or away from, whichever. Let me look in the heart here. Yeah, okay, we've got in this green right here, this light green is those arrows. Those are the arrows that are the 907. And then the yellow, yeah, all right. We've got some of the anchors, like there's a few right in here. There's a few right there. There's quite a few of that green. It's, you know, mixed in there. There's also some of the white ABs splattered all through that heart also. There's a few right here in that green. And then this yellow has some of the, what's that one? The number is 726. So those are all fairy dust. And then up here where the yellow is, there's gonna be, yeah, there's a bunch of them right there. And let's see. Yeah, they're kind of throughout there. There's quite a few of them right throughout that area right there. Yeah, and then there's a few here, and they're kind of sporadic a little bit in there. Okay, and then I am sure that we're gonna find some up here. Yeah, there's a bunch of them throughout here. There's probably a bunch of them here. I'm having trouble seeing because of my eyes, not the canvas. Right in here. So there's a bunch of them throughout. Yeah, there's in here. There's some in here. Yeah. So wherever you see that yellow, there's likely going to be some of those. Yeah, there's some in here. Yeah. They have a few here and there throughout wherever that color is. There's some in there. There's some in that. And in there, there's a few right there. Yep, there's some right there. So yeah, you got the idea. Okay, and then the green fairy dust, that one was 907. I keep thinking 904 for some reason, but all right, so there's a bunch of those, just like, so it's that paler green. They're in there. There's some there and there. So yeah, I mean, you got the idea. I am quite sure that there are some over here also, but I'm not seeing them, so maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Oh, there's a patch of them right there. And, oh, there's a few there. Yeah, there's some mixed in all over the place. Oh, there's a bunch of them right here. Of both colors. Okay, let's move on. So we have, okay, the last fairy dust is, I'm not sure what color that is exactly. It is Z564. It looks kind of like a blue, but I'm not sure if there's like a blue-green maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, and then we'll do is that iridescent, the K444? Let's see if we can find those symbols. So, yep, okay. And then that is an A, capital A, yeah. All right. Yeah, let's look in the heart first. A, yeah, okay. So the A's, there's some here. Yeah, and they're kind of just thrown in there sporadically. There's not a ton. I'm not seeing a ton of them in there, which kind of surprises me. But actually, I'm not seeing hardly any throughout here. There's a couple right there. There's a couple, oh, there's a few right there, right in there. There's a few right here. There's a few here. And then, like I said, sporadically, there's a few in there. There's a few right here. Okay, and then that blue was an arrow down to the left. I'm not seeing those in the heart, which, okay. No, I don't see them. All right, I don't see those in the heart, so that fairy dust must just be out here, or I'm missing them, one of the two. I don't know, but I definitely am not seeing the blue one in there. So I did see some out here though. So, but where are they? Where'd they go? They ran off. Yeah, they really did, because I'm not seeing them now at all. What is wrong with me? Oh, goodness. All right, well, I know some of these, okay, these right here on up the edge of that right there is the iridescent. Around that, there's some of those green fairy dust right in there, and then around it are the iridescent. There's some of those right in there, and yeah, I am not seeing those other ones now at all. I don't know what in the heck is wrong with me. I had seen them right off the bat. I thought I did. I thought there was some right here in the front, but I don't see them now, so I don't know. I'm not seeing any more of the, oh, right there, because I don't know, I was looking in the blue and they're in the green here. See, this is what I was talking about. They look a little blue, but then again, they looked like a little bit of green too. Here, they look more green. Okay, so there's some of those right here, and these are still fairy dust, and right there. So those are all that bluish green, and then maybe that was all that I had seen. It looked like there was quite a few, but that's not really all that much. All right, yeah. Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that actually, so yeah, there's some more right here. There's quite a few of them right here, and in there. There's a few right in there. There's some here and here, and there's some throughout all the way through that. Okay. And so for the A's, which were the iridescent, I'm not seeing any more of those throughout here. Okay, here we go. There's some more right here. There's quite a few of them right in here. But yeah, I'm not really seeing a ton of them though. Okay, there's a bunch of them here. So yeah, ooh, you know what, my light canvas knocked it over. Okay, so there's a few of those bluish green right in there, that little square, and then yeah, I don't know, I'm not seeing any more of the iridescent either. I really thought that there would be quite a few of those. I thought the bag was full. Okay, here, there's a bunch of them right here. So I'm guessing that there are quite a few, but they're just spread out a lot. There's a bunch right here. Yeah. And I imagine there are probably more inside of here than I realized because they're spread out. So it doesn't seem like there's a ton of them, but okay. So some of that blue-green is right in here. There's some right in there. Then there's some that kind of comes down throughout that little color scheme. All right. Okay. I'm not seeing any more of the A's for a bit. So let's see. What do we got over here? Well, not anything there. Okay, so there's gonna be, I'm sure, some of the blue-green in here. I thought there would be. But I'm not seeing that now either. Maybe because I'm looking at it the wrong way. No, I don't see them at all here. Well, there's some more green there, so I thought they would be, but I don't see them. I don't know. Let me turn this back the right way because I have trouble finding them if I have it turned the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing them over here, and there may very well be, and I'm just not finding them. Oh yeah, there. Okay, so I thought there would be, but okay, we've got quite a few of them right in here. And yeah, that really looks green there. It looks like a real light green. Okay, I think that's it. I don't know. I'm sure there are more that I didn't see, but it's all I'm finding at the moment. So, and the A's, like I said, the iridescence, they're kind of scattered all over wherever the like yellow is. It's a bit, you know, darker because it's kind of like a gold. It's a topaz. Topaz is what it is. So, that K444. All right, so we are at the ABs now. We have, okay. There are 5 ABs. We have 3609, which is a pink, and 917, which is a, it looks red on here. I'm guessing it's a red or a hot pink. That might be a hot pink. Okay. So the backslash like, and that's a weird symbol. Okay. All right, so those are gonna be, that's what they look like. Okay, so the light pink is these little dots right here are the backslash. So that is the 3609. It's a light pink. Right there in the middle of that. There's a bunch of them right in here. Okay. And right here. All right, what else am I looking for? Oh, that, yeah. Okay, there is some right in here of that. I think that's a hot pink, yeah, because it looks pink on this canvas. And it's with all the pinks, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Okay, there's a bunch of it right in here. And there. All right, let's see if we've got, not seeing any in the, oh, yep, here we go. I didn't see any on this side. There are some over here. Yeah, there's some right there, and then there's some going up a little bit. All right, sorry, I am really surprised that there's not more of them, of all of them, I guess. There's a bunch of those right here. So they're, you know, kind of spread out also. They're like a hot pink. And I don't know, with my light off, I am having trouble seeing that. So let me see. Yeah, all right, let me look in this heart and see. Yeah, there's some right here. So, there's some right in there. 'There. It looks like most of these colors, they're like a hot pink. So, yeah, there's some right in there. It looks like most of these colors, they're like a hot pink. So, there's some right in there. It looks like most of these colors, they're like a hot pink. So, there's some right in there. It looks like most of these colors, they're going to be kind of sporadically throughout the entire thing. I mean, you know, wherever that color is, it's just been thrown in here and there to sparkle it and bright it up. So, yeah, and there's a whole bunch of the little backslashes, which is the lighter pink, throughout there and up here. All right, so yeah, like I said, the pink, that is going to be thrown in all over wherever there's pink. So let's see if we can find some of the other ones. All right, so we've got a green 906 AB and 796. I think that one is a dark blue. AB and AB 741. I'm just going to try and look for all three of those because that's the end of them then. So we've got the L and that thing. And okay, let's see what we can find. So some orange. That 741 is right here. There's a bunch of it. And here, what else am I looking for here? Yeah, the L. There's some of the L. That green AB is right there. There's a bunch of it there. Okay. Let's see. Well, where's the blue? Okay, I'm not having a lot of easy time finding these today. Okay, so some of the blue AB is right in there. That's the dark blue. Yeah, okay, there's quite a bit of that orange. It almost looks like it's not, but it almost looks like a pot plant with like letters under it, or I mean lines under it, that symbol. So there's a bunch of it there and there. There's quite a lot of that color in here. I think that might have been the one they had 2 big bags of. There's some there. There's a little bit of it there. But yeah, like that yellow with the anchor, that's okay. There's a little bit of the 741 there also. Here there's a bunch of it. Yeah. The blue, let me see, because I believe, I don't know, but I thought that I would find a bit of that. Let's see. Did I see it in here? Maybe. Okay, there's some right in here. There's a bunch of it throughout there. And then, okay, there's a bunch of it in here. The blue. Yeah, and see, like, okay, there's a bunch of that orange running through here. So, yeah, obviously you're not going to find, yeah, and a bunch of the blue down here. You're not going to find, excuse me, the orange, like, probably where, you know, green and blue is, too much, unless, like, right in here, there's a little bit of orange. There are some of those, and right here, oh, I have hiccups, and right in here. So there's a little bit, but, you know, that color isn't in there, so obviously you're not going to find too much of it. There's also, what am I looking for again? Oh, yeah. It was the L. Okay, yeah, the L was the other one that I had found quite a few up here, but I don't see any in the screen. And so there's a bunch of those. 741 again, like over in here, because there's a bunch of orange. So there's quite a few of those symbols up here. There's a bunch there. Let's look in the heart, and there's probably a bunch of it over here in this area also. So yeah, there's some right in here. There's some right there. Okay, and there are some L's. I'm seeing those greens right in here. There's a bunch over here. There's a bunch of them sporadically through there, and there's a whole bunch of them right in there and there. Okay. What else was there? Okay, this one was the hot pink. Yeah, there's a bunch of them right in here. Did I point these out, or did I just see them? I don't remember. There's a bunch of the orange 741 over in here, and that pink, bright hot pink, is sporadically kind of thrown in. I'm not seeing none up there, actually. There's a few. Yeah, there's a few in there. There's not a ton, though. But there are so many of them that, you know, you can only have so many. And there's so many of them that, you know, it's gonna be a lot of special gems on this canvas. So yeah, so yeah, that hot pink is kind of thrown in there, but it's there's not a ton of it, but I imagine, yeah, there's a bunch of it right there. Let's see, the orange, I'm sure there's a bunch of, now why is that? There's upside down. I don't know. Some of these symbols are confusing. Okay, there's some more of that green, maybe, and a bunch of it there. There's some there. Okay, and then, yeah. All right. So there are there's a symbol on here that is like an upside down A almost, only instead of having a line in the middle, it's a uppercase A. Instead of having a line through the middle of it there, it's just a dot. And on the canvas, it looks like an A, but it's not facing the direction that all the rest of them are. And it was really confusing me. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of that orange over here also, like a bunch. Let's see, and the blue, there's a bunch of it right in here. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this, I mean, a lot. It's a lot of, it's going to be a lot of, confetti. Why I couldn't think of that word, I don't know, but I couldn't get it out. Yeah, there's some of that blue. Oh, I just seen some, and now I'm not seeing them. It's just so much going on here. My eyes are kind of going everywhere. So there's some in here, right there, that blue. Now, there's a lot of the L. Oh, gosh, I don't know. There's just so much. Okay, that is pretty much everything, though. I wonder, maybe if I turn it this way, that would be better. To get a really good view of it. So that's that. And this is probably one of my favorite canvases that I have bought yet to date. Anyway, there are a few that I really like. I was really excited to get this one, and I am still very, very excited about it. So, all right, did anyone else grab this up? I know a lot of people have, because they sold out at first, but anyway, I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up, and sorry I took so long. I just realized this is almost 15 minutes. I am so sorry. It's because I took so long looking for all these symbols. I'm sorry. Anyway, if you could hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.